Welcome everybody to my open kitchen. Tonight I'm gonna give you a very nice recipe for the summertime. I made the fermented tomato. So they are very good, they give a very nice umami flavor. Okay. They are very good on bruschetta or in a salad or to be eaten like they are like this. So what you will need organic tomatoes, as much as you want. I had 1 kilo. So once you get your tomatoes, organic tomatoes, washed, very well washed, you cut them into dices. Like this, you see, dices. Okay, once you have cut the tomatoes into dices, you put them into a bowl like this. Let's pretend this is 1 kilo of tomato, okay? Put like this, and you have to put the salt, rock salt or sea salt. The salt that you prefer, okay? How much? There is a nice formula that you can use. You get the amount of diced tomato that it was 1 kilo, and you multiply by 0.02. Okay, so at that point you get the amount of salt you need. I had 1 kilo of tomato, so 1 kilo, 1000 by 0.02 is 20 grams of salt that you have to put on your tomato. Then you toss it very well. You have to make sure the salt is everywhere in the tomatoes, okay? Once you have done all of this stuff, you put the tomato aside. You go into the garden or on your balcony, and you get from your pot some basil. Oh, what a smell! This is the leftover, of course. Okay, you wash it. Okay. In the meantime, the tomatoes are taking all their water out because of the salt. Okay, it's not the case, but let's pretend. Let's pretend there is some water into this bowl, okay? So, you have these tomatoes, salty at this point. You take a pot, a jar, something that can fit all your tomatoes, and you start putting the tomatoes inside. Okay, you make a layer of tomato and some basil leaves, and you go on until your jar is full. Okay, you press them down because you have to make sure the water comes out of the tomatoes and it covers all the vegetables. At that point, I know I'm messy. You take one of these. I have no idea how to say this in English. This is a pressino in Italian. You put it on top of the jar and you cover it, okay, with this inside. No, you have to put it back like this. You close it and you put this jar aside for 3 days. In these 3 days, you will see the fermentation will start. You will see all the bubbles coming up from the bottom of the jar. After 3 days, your vegetables are ready. So you can use on bruschetta, as I told you. You can put them on the salad. You can use your imagination to make all the recipes that you want. Now I'm gonna show you what I made. my jar I had 1 kilo. So you see, I'm gonna show you that there are basil leaves. You can see that is all covered in water. Is the water coming from the tomatoes? Now I'm gonna open it to show you inside. You see, it's all covered in the tomatoes water. Okay, that's important, because if the vegetables are not under this brine, they will go away. Okay, so you cover, because so you are sure that this is pressed down. Now I'm not gonna put it into the fridge. We need a high temperature. That is what I have now in my kitchen. So I left it on my counter for 3 days, okay, maybe 4 if needed. Then when all is bubbling, I'm gonna show you in the next few days, you can start eating your fermented tomatoes. Of course, this is a recipe I saw on the internet. This is my version of the recipe I saw. I suggest you to try, because fermented vegetables are very healthy, are very good, and their flavor is very fresh. So you can try, make your own tomatoes, and then you let me know. Look at these beauties. Yeah, you see all the liquid? They have to be covered with liquid, remember. Okay, I hope you enjoy. Bye.